Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Don Mecca. I have a question for you. Ever thought about how life would continue after all of the last stars have lived their final lives? What happens when there is no more sun for us or life in general to continue to get energy from and be able to survive? Well, an option is to migrate around a black hole. And in today's video that was recommended by one of our subscribers, it gets all into that. It's called the black hole bomb and black hole civilizations. Now, that sounds very crazy to think about it. Black holes tear things apart, but right around the horizon, there's this disk that creates a lot of energy, a lot of friction, a lot of radiation that could sustain life. But I feel like it's a little kind of tricky, don't you think? It's a bit tricky, right? If you're into watching fascinating YouTube reactions, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. The name of the video is called The Black Hole Bomb and Black Hole Civilizations. It's another Quartz Arts video. Love this channel. Make sure you go check them out. Let's go.
Black holes
They use Pac-Man. Pac-Man
are the largest collections of pure violent energy in the universe. If you
pure violent energy. Wow.
come too close, they'll devour you and add your energy to their collection. And so the energy is lost to us forever. Or
Damn. Just like they say, but information that falls into black holes is completely erased. That is so sad.
is it? It turns out there's a universe cheat code. A way of powering civilizations until the very death of everything, or of constructing the largest bomb in the universe.
How would you turn a black hole into a bomb? That is, I gotta see this. This gets me excited. What the hell?
But how? Didn't we learn that all energy is trapped forever in black holes, even light? This is true. Everything you think you know about the weirdest thing in the universe is about to get...
So with that premise they just gave, I wonder if are they gonna be using the energy? My theory is that they're gonna talk about using the energy from the disk, not the actual black hole, but maybe there is a way to actually use the black hole.
Get weirder for one simple reason. Black holes are spinning.
Ah, true. Kinetic energy. Gravitational pull.
Why black holes spin? When really massive stars die, their cores collapse under their own gravity into black holes. This means something very big becomes very tiny. Like the tiniest anything can be in this universe. But stars are rotating, and a fundamental property of our universe is that things that are spinning don't want to stop spinning. We call this angular momentum.
Ooh,
and this
angular
angular
momentum.
momentum can't go away. A big thing that spins and becomes smaller spins faster. So, as the core of a star collapses, its momentum makes it spin faster and faster and faster until it collapses into a black hole. And the black hole...
What? Did you guys know that the angular momentum was part of its collapse into a black hole? I did not know that. I thought it was just the imbalance between the fusion going on and the core pushing out and gravity pushing in. That balance breaks and gravity wins and collapses everything. Did not know that there was anything to do with angular momentum in this case.
keeps on spinning, inconceivably fast. Some of them spin millions of times a second.
Wow.
Why spinning black holes are special. Just like non-spinning black holes, spinning black
Okay, so this is just a particular type. All right.
holes have an event horizon and a singularity at their core where all of their mass is concentrated. The singularity is usually described as a single, infinitely small point with no surface area. But points can't rotate, so a rotating singularity can't be a point.
Conundrum.
Instead, it's a ringularity.
Ringularity.
A ringularity
That's also a new term I've never heard. Wow.
is a ring with a thickness of 0 and no surface, spinning extremely fast, containing all the mass of the black hole.
Jeez.
The black hole is spinning so fast that it morphs space and time itself. It literally drags space with it, such is its power.
Wow.
This creates a new and super weird region of space-time, the Ergosphere.
Yo, Corcus Arts, you're hitting me with a lot of new concepts in this video. That's so awesome. Event horizon, the Ergosphere. Okay.
Which envelops the black hole. If space and time are completely broken inside the event horizon, then they're only half broken inside the Ergosphere. Inside the Ergosphere, nothing makes sense. It's possible to enter it and then leave it again, but it's probably not a great experience.
Okay, in one piece? Like, do they mean completely intact, or are you leaving it in as atoms? Just atoms without electrons. Is that how you're leaving it?
You can imagine it like this. Falling into a static black hole is like sliding down a hole. Being inside the Ergosphere of a spinning black hole is like spiraling down a deadly drain. The black hole transfers its own kinetic energy in the form of rotation to everything that enters the Ergosphere. The Ringularity makes you dance whether you want to or not. You need to move faster than the speed of light just to stand still here, which is impossible.
Wow. You need to move faster than the speed of light to just stand still or in a fixed point. That is incredible. And it's spinning up to 1 million times per second. Yeah, you're not surviving that. What the hell?
But here's our cheat code. We can steal this energy. And there's a lot of energy to steal. How to steal energy from a monster.
It's getting good.
Take the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way.
Yes,
We can steal as much energy from it as every single star in the Milky Way emits in a...
Oh, I paused it before you even said it, but he said as much energy as every star in the Milky Way emits in what?
billion years combined.
In 1 million years combined. What the complete F is this? This is crazy.
The easiest way to steal
This is much better than the Dyson sphere.
this energy is, oddly enough, to drop something into the black hole. We've seen that the Ringularity forces energy on us when we enter the Ergosphere, which is a lot like being in a whirlpool with space-time rushing around and around. If you're clever, you can use the water to your advantage and swim faster than before. In practice, this means sending a rocket into the Ergosphere and making a trade with the black hole. We give it some mass energy, and it gives us some of its rotational energy. But it's not a fair trade.
Okay.
We get the better deal.
Really?
Normally, if you fire a rocket, you exchange chemical energy for kinetic energy.
Yeah.
This is like pushing yourself forward in a swimming pool. But if you fire a rocket inside the Ergosphere, it's like pushing yourself forward in a wave pool.
Okay, how do we turn this into power? I mean, you could go faster, okay.
The rotational energy of the waves gives you a much stronger boost than you could get just by pushing yourself.
Right.
The boost from the rotation of the black hole is so big that you leave the Ergosphere with much more energy than you entered it. The black hole gives a tiny amount of its rotational energy to you and slows down a little. Obviously, this requires a lot of food. Fortunately, black holes aren't picky eaters. An advanced future civilization would probably harvest asteroids to drop them into the black hole when they needed an energy boost. But there's an even better way to get...
Okay, so, I mean, that Dyson sphere sounds better than that now. If you... Are you being tricky, Corcus Arts, with the words? Because this is just talking about getting a boost and speeding up. It's more useful for travel. But how about powering a civilization?
Energy from a black hole, and oddly enough, it builds the biggest bomb any living thing could ever hope to build. The black hole bomb.
Humanity gotta already invent weapons of the future.
We only need two things to build a black hole bomb: a fast spinning black hole and a big mirror. The mirror has to completely envelop the black hole, which is similar to a Dyson sphere, a megastructure that harvests the energy of an entire star. Although our mirror would be easier to build. Mirrors are simpler, and black holes are much more compact than stars. If we made the mirror 10
It could withstand. Okay.
centimeters thick, the metal of a big asteroid would probably be enough material for a black hole with the mass of our sun. Once our mirror is in place, we only need to open a window and shoot electromagnetic waves at the black hole. You can imagine what happens next by imagining tossing a ball at a wall and it coming back faster than a bullet. The waves hit the black hole at light speed. A small proportion of the waves falls past the event horizon to disappear forever. But a much larger amount sloshes through the ergosphere, where the black hole forces some of its rotational energy on them and amplifies them. They now begin superradiant scattering, which are fancy science words meaning bouncing around between mirror and black hole and getting stronger. Every time they go around, they are getting exponentially stronger.
But they don't shatter through? Just the mirror is able to contain that energy?
Opening some windows in the mirror, we can extract the energy from the waves as fast as they grow, which we could use, in theory, to create what would be, for all practical purposes, an endless source of energy for trillions of years.
Now, see, okay, now this is interesting. But it still requires, enough material to envelop a whole black hole, which is more efficient between the Dyson sphere and this. It's really, really interesting. I think the Dyson sphere is obviously going to be much easier because you don't have to build it all at once. Like this has to be completely sealed to function at maximum capacity, whereas you could create a swarm for the Dyson sphere, right? And build that over time as you need it. It's more progressive in its build-up versus this. You got to complete the whole structure, and it's a huge structure still.
Or we could blow it up. If the waves are not released, they will continue to get stronger and stronger and take more and more energy from the black hole until the mirror shatters.
Okay, so yeah, the mirror does shatter.
A supermassive black hole would release as much energy as a supernova, making the bomb the largest explosion any living being could ever create. The last home in a dying universe.
Now, that sounds like something Darth Vader would be working on.
The beauty of the black hole bomb, the Penrose process, and the superradiant scattering is that they are not science fiction. In the far, far future, this might be the only way to survive in our dying universe. After all the red dwarfs have cooled down and all the white dwarfs transformed into black dwarfs, the universe will turn dark forever. Rotating black holes might be the only sources of energy in the entire universe that life could harvest.
Picture that. A black hole becomes the single source of power and energy for all life forms. I mean, thank God we're not anywhere near having to face down this predicament. It might eventually become a reality to whatever living thing is in existence at that time, where all the stars are dying. The other sad thing about that time period is if they had no continuity from passed on knowledge, they'll never know as much as we did about the beginning of the universe, right? I believe the microwave background, radio microwave background, CMB, will be around for a very, very long time. But will it be there for till the end of time? Quotation, end of time. I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments. But that's crazy.
If so, the last living being in existence might one day end its life around a black hole, which is equally chilling and uplifting. It turns out that
but they wouldn't have any stars in the sky.
Even without any light, there are places we can go.
I mean, at least it's not so grim. There's still hope. And I think this is something that society or civilization would want to work on before ever needing it to that level. Because this could be useful now, but the tricky part is finding black holes and getting close enough to them for it to be useful. I don't think we're close to any black holes that are the size of the sun. And I think that's a good thing, actually. There's one in the center. There's a mega black hole at the center of our galaxy. Apparently there's tons and tons of like very small black holes all over the place. And they're super hard to detect if they're not active and have that disk radiating around them. That's another tricky thing about traveling in space. You know, you might come across a micro black hole, and what does that do to the spaceship? You know, tear huge holes? Does it absorb the whole spaceship? Like what happens when a small, tiny black hole? I've seen that there's black holes even the size of atoms around. Imagine one that's the size of a pebble or sand or a quarter or a penny. What kind of force does that have? And what kind of damage could it do? Could it destroy a whole megastructure? But that's an interesting thing to ponder upon. But anyways, if you into these type of videos, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these various ways to use black holes to survive and even weaponize a black hole. It's crazy, in the comments. And if you have any other video recommendations I should go check out, you can feel free to hit me up or leave it in the comments. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great day. See you in the next one.